just before we get into it, I'm gonna go over it one more time again. Our protocols for each day. Monday, we expect accumulation, or we expect movement away from whatever the clearest draw on liquidity is. And the only time you're really going to have a clear draw on liquidity on a Monday is if you have some type of fair value gap at previous week's high or low, or we're close to some type of monthly liquidity, or uh, the end of the last week began to expand out of a daily PD array. Those are really the only situations. We're going to get that net clear draw on liquidity. On Mondays, we expect accumulation or an expansion away from whatever the clearest draw on liquidity is. That's why we try to leave Mondays alone. Then Tuesday, we're targeting previous days high, previous days lows. That's simple. Why? Because previous days high, previous days low is our manipulation for the week. After that's taken out, after previous days high, previous days low is taken out on a pair on a Tuesday, that pair is dead unless we get a 1 hour ST off of that side of the day that we took out, and we started moving towards the opposite side. So the protocol for Wednesday, as we know, is expansion or distribution. So we expect that to go ahead and take out Monday's low or Monday's high, and then Thursday is the same thing as our Tuesday. We're aiming for our previous day's high or previous day's low. Or we potentially could get that AMD to follow through if it didn't follow through on Wednesday. What I like to do is just treat Thursday like it's Tuesday. So even if we have the AMD target and it's really close, but a previous day's high, previous day's low is always going to be closer. I'm getting out at whichever one of those I come to first. Now Friday, just something I had to figure out myself because it's not part of the AMD, is the high of the week or the low of the week. So sometimes you'll see Friday go ahead and follow through and complete that AMD target, right? But it wasn't really the AMD because the AMD didn't exist at that point, right? Like the last chance for the AMD to be taken out is Friday or is Thursday. So what was it? It was the low of the week, like they overlap. That AMD ends up becoming the low of the week. So we don't need the AMD anymore. And a lot of the times, what you'll see Friday do is just, a smooth continuation. If we were bullish yesterday, we're probably going to take our previous day's high uh, on Friday. If previous day's high is the high of the week, we're always targeting the high of the week or the low of the week. If we're in between them, if we can't make it, then it's basically a Monday at that point. We have no idea what price is going to do. Just leave it alone. So without even looking at news, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm over here on the dollar, as you see. And I'll go ahead and get into this next week. So we see we get that accumulation on Monday. Beautiful. So what do we need now? We need Tuesday to go ahead and come take out previous day's low, previous day's high for us. And before I fast forward, I don't know what's going to happen. If in the event that Tuesday takes out previous day's high and previous day's low, or it doesn't take out either one, so it fails to take previous day's high or previous day's low. If either of those things happen, then we treat Tuesday like it's Monday, we treat Wednesday like it's Tuesday, and so on and so forth. Basically ignoring Monday. We're ignoring the data from Monday from that point out, unless we until we get to Friday. If that Monday candle ends up holding the higher low of the week, then we'll be looking at it. But if that were to happen, if we take both sides, or if we don't take either side, then we'll now look for our manipulation on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we'll be targeting previous day's high, previous day's low. And then Thursday, we'll be looking for that manipulation again or AMD completion. And then Friday, it would make sense for Friday to be Thursday and for us to target previous day's high, previous day's low. on Friday, right? Because we're pushing everything else over. Every phase is getting pushed over. Let's go ahead and continue. So boom, we take out both sides. So now we're doing the same thing on, and we might have been able to catch, the goal is to get in that move, taking us to whatever side we take out first. If we take out previous day's high and uh, before you get a chance to get in, you just, it's kind of done. Unless you caught that 1 hour ST, you know what I'm saying? You could have bing bing. Um, Now, same thing on Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, we're looking for only one side to get taken out. If both sides or no side gets taken out on Wednesday, then our AMD it was pretty much fucked for the week, and you're just gonna have to trade off pure price action if you want to continue trading that pair. So then we see Wednesday go ahead and we get that manipulation going bullish, and it was a lot of bullishness. So looking like our AMD is not really gonna have a chance to follow through. And so now protocol coming into this Thursday, which is what would normally be a Wednesday for us, we're looking for either this manipulation again or a move down towards our AMD. We don't need the AMD to get taken out today, but we need to see distribution in that direction if we're going to go ahead and start to do that. We get some more manipulation. We got one more day left. This day very well could come all the way down here as far as the AMD goes. That's very unrealistic in my eyes just because that's so many pips. But um, Friday goes ahead and fails to check out this AMD, but what we would have been targeting on this Friday is that previous day's low or previous day's high. We didn't get a chance for price to make it to either one. So let's go on to the next example. All right, so this very next week, coming into Monday, all right? Monday ended up coming and taking on that previous week's high, wanted to move a little bit, that's cool. Tuesday, fails to take out Monday's high or low. So same thing as the last week. We're not going to shift every phase one day over. All right, then we get a manipulation. Then we get another manipulation on a Thursday, which is our Wednesday protocol, and then a repeat of the exactly what happened last week. All right, so new week. See, we got a huge candle on Monday. Wanted to expand towards previous week's highs. All good. Get our manipulation. Tuesday came and took out previous day's high. So now what are we looking for on Wednesday? We're looking for potential manipulation again, or we're looking for expansion towards our AMD target. Get manipulation again. It's a lot of bullishness, so it does not look like we're going to be able to do anything with that. And then moving on to this Thursday, our target would have been previous day's high or previous day's low. So you may have caught this move, you may not have. Let's see if there are any PD rays. You might have caught this move at 8 a.m. Yeah, you definitely could have caught that. You could have turtle souped that. You definitely could have caught that move. And Friday, we're looking for the high of the week or the low of the week. And at this point, our AMD has become the low of the week, like I said earlier. So AMD is done because it's on Friday. And Friday doesn't go ahead and do anything for us, so we can't really trade it. Just goes a little bit deeper into that value gap, starts to go up. It's fine. It's whatever. All right. So then now we come into this Monday. So for this Monday, just start it all over again. I'll do it one more time, then I'll do this a couple more times on a different pair. All right. So Monday accumulation. Tuesday, let's go ahead and look for our manipulation. End up getting that previous day's high taken out. Let's see if Wednesday can go ahead and give us manipulation again, or if it's going to go ahead and follow through down our AMD. Goes ahead and follows through. Perfect. AMD for the week. Still active though. We still can take advantage of the AMD even though the target's been taken already. Or quarterly theory at this point, I guess. Alright, and then so now for Thursday, same thing as Tuesday. Looking for previous day's high, previous day's low. end up getting previous day's low taken out. And now Friday, we want the high or the low of the week to get taken out. That previous day's low happens to end up being our low of the week. Then our high of the week is all the way up here. Yeah. So just due to where we opened at, it was already pretty high probability that we were going to take this one out instead of this. So that's it. And you make it took a 1 hour ST off that. And so actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and get an oil now. We're here on oil. Let's go ahead and hop over so you get that Monday. Tuesday gives us manipulation to that previous day's high. So now on Wednesday, we want to be looking for either some more manipulation or movement towards our AMD target. In the best case scenario for whatever you're targeting, and we go ahead and get that low of the week taken out, do we get the manipulation? We don't get the manipulation yet. So sorry, not the low of the week. The AMD, that it was the low of the week, but the AMD goes ahead and gets taken out. Now Thursday, we're looking for previous day's high, previous day's low, and I can already just gonna make a guess based off of this wick and the fact that we've come all the way down here and gone all the way back up with no fair value gap. Leads me to believe that we're probably gonna go ahead and take out previous day's high on Thursday. So let's go ahead and play it. And we do go ahead and end up taking out previous day's high. And like I said, a lot of the times on your Fridays, that high of the week is going to end up being your previous day's high. So that Thursday high, our previous day's high on Friday, happens to be our high of the week. So I would assume we're probably going to take that one out as well. We don't end up doing that. We end up going all the way down to previous day's low. I marked that off on accident. I don't know why I marked off previous day's low. I meant to mark off low of the week. And so I would have been in this position. I would have ended up closing around 4, somewhere around there, just because I don't hold over the weekend. But this is, definitely something that you could take on a Monday afternoon. Definitely take a setup if this liquidity is still intact, because this will be our previous week's low at that point. So that's a good target. If you catch a 4 hour, 1 hour for value gap, you're good. And Monday we go ahead and take that out. So next week, looking from previous day's high, previous day's low. Already looks like we're about to take out previous day's low. Yeah, so you're going to take out previous day's low, manipulate that on Tuesday. And Wednesday, we expect some more manipulation or that movement towards our AMD. And now, do this for value gap. I'd expect our AMD, I'd expect us to get movement towards there. We got our manipulation, but I don't expect this to follow through. And this makes a lot of sense because Monday, does whatever. Monday can do whatever it wants to. It's cool. Tuesday, we got our manipulation. Wednesday, we know we can get manipulation again. We got that. That's fine. And Thursday is going to go ahead and take that previous day's high or previous day's low, like it should. And then we're going to drop off. But from a price action standpoint, it's like, why didn't we retrace this daily for value gap? Like, that doesn't make sense. But we might. Let's see. So then coming into Thursday, we look for that previous day's low or our previous day's high. Well, and we see price go ahead and take out that previous day's high and actually does end up making it to that daily SIBI. So now at this point, we expect price on Friday to take out our high of the week or our low of the week. And, you could say, well, it looks like it's about to take the high of the week because of where we're opening or, where we're closing on Thursday. But we're coming out of a daily for value gap, so we very well may not. And sure enough, Friday goes ahead and follows through to the low of the week out of that daily for value gap. Very, very beautiful. And exactly like I said, I didn't expect price to be able to make it up here to this AMD target because of this daily for value gap with a daily breaker block. Like, this is extremely strong. Moving over here to this Monday. All right, so at this point, we're looking for previous day's high or previous day's low. And actually, you know what? For this one, I'll go ahead and I'll look at some PD arrays. I'll see if we've got PD arrays. I'm not going to mark them off, but I'll go ahead and down and look. Do we have literally all we're doing after we do what I've been doing this whole time on the daily? All you do is drop down to the 4 hour or the 1 hour and find a fair value gap that's pushing you towards either of your targets. That's it. And so here, looks like this is about to open with a 4 hour fair value gap right there. It's not a daily, so I'm not worried about it. So it's definitely the right time frame. We want to be on the highest time frame that fair value gaps are available on. And I would expect a move here to take out previous day's high. You go ahead and get that action at 10 p.m. Monday. So definitely could have been a win if you trade in UJ or something like that. So then we'll go ahead and get into Wednesday, and we expect manipulation or price to start moving towards our AMD if it wants to do that. So let's see, do we have a PD array? So let's go down to the 1. Do we have any 1 hour for value gaps? No 1 hour for value gaps. So we very well could continue higher, but I'm not going to get in those buys because that's just completely, you have no idea what's going to happen. You're just guessing at that point. So we get some more manipulation. You could look for a 1 hour ST off of this. It looks like we do have a 1 hour for value gap in. Yep, we do have a 1 hour for value gap into that. So if you get a 1 hour out, you could catch that, take that down to previous day's low. Something like that. Moving on to this Thursday, we're looking for previous day's high or previous day's low. And we see that protocol does follow through again. See, we got a fair value gap taking us there. We actually have a fair value gap going against us. And so, you could have, that's where it makes sense to align yourself with time, because these are all hours where you're trading oil. Same thing, 2 a.m., whatever. So up until that's something we can't even capitalize on anyway, because we didn't retrace to any PD array, but we still knew where price was headed. And then now for our Friday protocol, we expect price to take the high or low of the week. In this case, our previous day's high happens to end up being our high of the week, so we're going to target that, and price does follow through. So if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to see anything more specific, I plan on dropping a bunch of vids just on basic stuff, trying to just help you guys put the framework together, trying to make them as short as I possibly can and as simple as I can. But yeah, I'm trying to give you everything, the bare minimum, all you need in order for you to make money for the rest of your life. Like, that's it. So